Hi everyone, I'm Nguyen. Today we'll talk about HIV/AIDS and how it impacts our life. I used to live in Vietnam. I still remember the society was full of social evil in the early 2000s there. When I was just a little kid, HIV/AIDS was the most dangerous pandemic that widespread all over the region. Many people lost their life, lost a family member due to the lack of knowledge about this deadliest virus. And my family was one of them. My uncle-in-law was the only one in the family died because of this virus due to the using of the same needle with one of the neighbors who later found death because of drug addiction led to HIV as infected. HIV as known as human immunodeficiency virus that affects its patient severely in many aspects of their life, such as working, studying, and any other social activities. This type of virus attacks cells that help body fight infection. The pandemic can be cured, but we can only treat it with medicine. HIV continues to be a health concern worldwide, as there are now 2.1 million new infections annually and 37.9 million people currently living with the virus. In the US, there are about 50,000 new infections every year. Currently, 1.2 million people live with this virus in the US alone. So why is this virus so dangerous to human beings? When HIV enters the body, it attacks a type leukocyte cells called CD4. Once being there, the virus takes over the cells and using cells to produce hundreds of thousands of copies, simultaneously destroying CD4 cells. Copies of this HIV will penetrate the human systemic circulation, further attaching to other CD4 cells and continue to multiplying. Since CD4 cells have an essential role in resisting pathogen to the human body, so when the amount of CD4 cells in human blood is deficient, it will reduce the resistance that makes them susceptible to illness. Also, when the number of HIV viruses in the blood increase, the risk of transmission of viruses from an infected people to a healthy person increase. The process of HIV infection can be divided into three steps. Acute infection. This occurs 2 to 4 weeks after a virus infection. The majority of infected cases have flu-like symptoms such as fever, rash, muscle pain, headache, weakness, swelling of the lymph nodes in the neck and groin, and so on. It is not noticeable. Viruses are developing and spreading throughout the body during this period. Hidden diseases, inactive or dormant. It usually lasts for years. Few symptoms of HIV are present in this period. Many people may have no symptoms for years at all. The virus is in the body, but does not attack the immune system. However, the detection and treatment of disease during this period is of vital significance, as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. S is the last stage of HIV. If S is affected, it means that the immune system is severely damaged. It has weakened to the point of not being able to resist most of infection. The number of viruses increases rapidly, attacks and destroys the body's immune cells. Therefore, the patient has a feeble immune response, loses ability to resist infection. There are many symptoms at this stage: multiple weight loss, prolonged fever, prolonged diarrhea. The patient also has manifestations such as depletion, memory impairment, or even cancer. The life expectancy after the diagnosis of AIDS is about 3 years, even under treatment of ART, which can be shorter if the patient has a critical risk of infection. Mentioned about ART, antiretroviral therapy. It is a medical therapy that increases a person's CD4 count and stop the growth of virus. However, it cannot fully eliminate the virus, so the treatment can also help to control the risk of infection. Often, if this disease is treated early, respond well to the drug, the patient may be able to live with HIV for a longer time. So how can the virus can get into our body? HIV infection is through infected blood contact, sperm and vaginal translation of infected people. So this activity will create a great chance for virus. Vaginal, anus, or oral relationship without using condom of the HIV infection person, share a needle, syringe, or other drugs injection, share tattoo objects, and piercing into the body. Sexual transmitted infection (STI) can weaken your body protection, so STIs can increase the chance to be infected when we have sexual contact with people who have HIV, blood contact, or vaginal discharge with HIV-infected person at open wounds or sores. HIV-infected mother affect her children before or during birth and breastfeeding. As I mentioned above, the dangerous pandemic is unable to be cured, only can be treated. The best things that we can do now is preventing the deadliest virus. We should stop and avoid all the activity that can cause HIV infection, such as blood contact, sex without condom, and so on. If a pregnant HIV woman wants to give birth, she needs to come to a medical institution to be consulted about how to prevent HIV infection to the baby and not feeding the baby with breast milk after delivery. The above information is about HIV, and the HIV patients are very vulnerable. They always think as an isolated people in the society. They are very lonely. If we know someone who has infected by the virus, please don't ignore them. We send your love, support, respect to them, and help them live longer with the family. Together we are strong. Thanks for listening.